This is Trent, and you watching Gems in the Rock.
So what advice would you give to like your younger self as a freshman in college?
As a freshman in college?
What would you give your own, advice to yourself if you could go, rewind back time and go back?
Humble myself more. I mean, that's an excellent question. I mean, I used to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning just to go work out with the assistant coach. He'd meet me in the gym. We'd go work out. If anything I changed, I was changed when it was, hey, less sleep, wake up 2 o'clock in the morning. Right. Trying to be a better player because you got people all around the world that's trying to get your spot. So the man that worked the hardest is the man that's gonna win it.
That's real talk right there, man. That's crazy. Now, have you ever been in a like buzzer beater moment? And if so, what was the experience like? Buzzer beaters are very memorable things when you play the game. I was just wondering if you had any kind of stories in regards to like a buzzer beater moment in your career.
Well, I got a few buzzer beaters, but the one that stick out the most is my junior year at Franklin High School. I remember we was playing against Big Demetrius Sherry. I want to say he about 6'8", 6'9". He was breaking backboards. Rushing, they had beat us at their home. A couple games before that. Now it's our turn for revenge, and I had missed a 3 at the end of that game to put in an overtime. But this particular game, we had fouled out Demetrius Sherry, who was their big man, and we came back. But in the midst of us coming back, Carl get fouled, and we down by 3. Carl get fouled with like 3 seconds on the clock. And I remember I yelled at the ref like, "Oh, you called that foul on purpose," because all game they wasn't calling no fouls. Now they want to call this, and I'm like, "You call that foul? We only get 2 shots. We can't tie the game up." That's the first thing that came to my mind. But somehow Carl missed the first. It was a 1-on-1, and Carl missed the first one. And somehow I got the ball and went to the corner and went to shoot a 3 and got fouled. So it was a packed house at Franklin, the balconies packed and everything. So no time on the clock, everybody at their benches and everything. I got 3 shots. We down by 3. And I can't miss none, and I didn't miss none. And we sent it in overtime, ended up beating them by like 10 points.
That's classic right there. I know you had to be nervous, stepping to the line and shit.
Well, I remember my man, our point guard, Mel James, he came to me, and we all hyped. He was like, "You got this, it's nothing." And I just looked down like, "I got this." And I remember when he said that, nothing else mattered, because it was like these, 3 shots, I made these all day.
Right.
So.
Shout out to Mel James.
Yeah.
Good athlete behind you. That's what's up. So what's your favorite your favorite go-to move? Like what's your signature move?
Well, people that play against me say I got too many. That's what I always try to not have one move. Because when you got one move, then they can scout you. But I would say far as high school, it definitely was crossover. Yeah, it definitely was a crossover. People, I used to hear, I didn't have the Al Iverson crossover, but I had the crossover. I used to hear people say, "Watch out for his crossover," and I still cross it over and still get it. So,
still get it,
still get it.
That's crazy. So, what was it like playing in playgrounds up in Rochester? You got a variety of them, from east, west, north, south. What side of town would you consider to have the best ballers? That's like a double question.
Ooh, you can't ask me that.
That's like a double question.
Yeah,
I gotta throw you on the spot. Because it's a big thing about east and west. Everybody's like,
See, what people don't understand, I lived on the west.
Okay.
I grew up on the west.
Right.
Me and the guy, Cook, that played for Marshall, he one of my coworkers, and we was talking about it. I grew up on the West, Boys and Girls Club, you know, Adams Street, number 3 schools. But I played on the East.
Right.
Like my mother worked at Baden Street, father worked at Franklin. So I catch the bus either Baden Street or Franklin. But during the summer or anything, I'm playing mostly with people on the West Side. You know. So that's like, I mean, you have Boys and Girls Club has produced plenty. I mean, in my day they produce massive athletes.
Right.
But then you got to go back to Baden Street Settlement. You got to go back to North Street. You got a bunch of places on the East Side that don't have massive athletes.
Right.
So I'm neutral. I'm not gonna say what side, but when it comes to high school, I gotta go with Franklin. You know, we the best ball players. You know that came through the rock. You know, I know.
What was your biggest rivals? You know, was it like between Edison and like Wilson? Out of those,
well, personally,
out of those 2 schools, I just want to throw.
Personally, it was both because I knew people on both of them.
Okay.
It was like we grew up, so it was like I didn't look at the school. I looked at the individuals. It was like, yo, you're not about to beat me.
Right.
Like, you know, I remember Sean Levert dunked on us twice in one game. I was pissed off. I know Dez was more pissed off because Sean Levert dunked on him twice in one game. Yeah. But you know, East. I mean, Torrey Jefferson. I mean, we all grew up, so it wasn't. To me, it wasn't a team. I mean, when you played against them, you already knew it was the individuals that was on the team. So East and Edison was just the same. I had the same tenacity when I went in the game. Like, I got to kill these dudes, or they go get the best of me.
Y'all won a chip when you played that year? When you went?
Well, freshman year we won a chip. Junior and senior year we won it. No, freshman, sophomore, senior year.
Whoa.
Junior year I lost to Ryan Blackwell in the big house.
Man.
Yeah, we won a Section 5 chip those 3 years.
Wow. They got a picture of you, player of the year, I believe. It was a Section 5 player. And your father was the coach of the year.
Yeah, that was senior year. That was senior
year.
Yeah, we won 26-1.
Yeah. 26-1.
Yeah.
Hell of a year.
Oh yeah, we was destroying. Yeah.
Now, what team did y'all lose to?
Peekskill. They had Elton
And
Brand.
why did y'all lose to them?
Elton Brand.
Elton Brand. He said one name, Elton Brand.
I mean, for years I was upset till I saw the basketball player he became.
Right.
One of the NBA greatest, one of the college greatest. I mean, I couldn't stop the kid, man. The kid was I had checked the big man. I was our big man. I mean, I can go back and talk about all kinds of stuff, refs and all that, but I can't blame it on no refs. That man couldn't be stopped. I couldn't stop him.
Right.
And if I was a ref, and this one thing that Rochester we got to do better for our athletes, our schools. Like when the school do go to state. When the city school do go to state, we don't have representation for them.
Wow.
As far as when you talk about a crowd coming.
Right.
My thing is Section 5, I mean not Section 5, but the city school district, if we do have a school go to the state finals or anything, the city school district should provide buses for fans. So they can go up to Glen Falls as well.
And support them, that's true.
Because I'll be honest, when we played them in the championship game, if I was a ref, I would have did the same thing the refs did. I mean, we score, you hear, yay.
Right.
They score, you, rawr. I mean, the building went crazy. It was like everybody there was for Peekskill.
Intimidated.
Yeah, it was like 10 people there for Franklin. So if I'm a referee, yeah, I might, but now Elton Brand, I gotta give him all his props, man. He was a hell of a, probably still is a hell of a player, but his size and everything, I couldn't stop him on a consistent basis.
Yeah, Elton Brandon retired and he going on now, boy. Shout out to E.
I mean, it's not like he killed us now. We did our thing now. And then my man Dez got hurt in the first minute of the game. He broke his ankle. And he was our shooter. So with Dez gone, we didn't have anybody to really kick it out to when we was penetrating. So that changed our whole game plan.
How did you develop your game as far as if you ever had a bad game and you wanted to recover and regroup, what was it like trying to, gather yourself and getting your workout on?
If I had a bad game I couldn't leave the gym.
Can you recall a bad game that you had in the city that you played in high school?
In high school?
Yeah.
Every day. In high school, every game was a bad game.
Every game was a bad game.
Messing with my dad. Yeah, I stopped catching. I stopped getting a ride home with him after games. I'll catch the bus. Like, give me a token, man. I ain't riding home with you.
There must have been a lot of pressure, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it because his expectation was just off the roof, or was it because you had your own expectations to not, fail him or make him look bad?
Oh, definitely. Ever since I was a kid, it was always, Trent Jackson, that's Trent Jackson's son. So I always felt like I had to do something not to make him look bad. When I found out I had my mama's speed, that made it even worse. So that's why I think I picked up like basketball. But actually, what people don't understand, he was going off of his own experience.
Right.
Like, people was, he a tough coach, he yelling and all that. Well, people didn't know he was more of a clown than anything.
Right.
Well, anytime it was competition time, yeah, he took it serious. But he knew what was at the next level because he played at the next level. He knew what was expected.
Yeah.
Like, when people come at me and like, well, your dad was hard.
Right.
My college coaches was 10 times worse than my dad. So only thing I didn't realize I got to college that my dad was trying to prepare.
Yeah.
Not just me, but anybody that played for him. He was trying to prepare him for the next level, because what people don't understand, at the next level, these coaches own you. When you're on a full scholarship, this is not a hobby no more, this is your job.
Right.
A lot of them talk about grades and all that, man. They put sports first. They have you out there working 8 hours a day with just basketball, and then an hour of study table. So you add that up. What's their first priority? But he knew what was at the next level. So to me, it was just him preparing. Like you said, your best game is still something that you can always improve on. There's no such thing as a perfect game. So you take your weaknesses and you try to exploit your weaknesses so you can try to make them stronger.
So I got another question, because the double question back to the parks as well. Just one particular park. What's the thrill about Cobb's Hill? Your thoughts.
My thoughts, everybody that think they can play basketball comes through there. But only the ones that can play are able to play at a certain time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to play at Cobb's Hill. But like I said, only ones that can play at a certain time. One thing I always loved about Cobb's Hill, you go up there, you have people up there, everybody trying to prove themselves. Trying to make a name for themselves, and you can definitely make a name for yourself at Cobb's Hill.
Like early 90s, man, you just couldn't get on that one court. And I was just wondering why people brainwashed to not pick up another game on that other court. But now I started to see it must be the spirit of the park and the understanding, well, back then, this is what, when I was in college playing, going back and forth, up there playing, you couldn't get on that court like you said, and people that went on that court, if you got off that court or had next on that court, you couldn't come on this court and so forth. Now it's like anybody get next and they do.
Back in the day, now, I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but when I first started going there, it was something about the other court that I never wanted to play on, because it was like, if you playing over here, you don't got the skills to play over here. That was the JV court and it's the varsity court. That's how I looked at it as.
Can you name somebody that could have been on a team, that should have been on a team, but just didn't make it because of whatever reason, back in high school?
Whoa.
Okay.
Uwap played with us for a second, but Uwap, he was I remember vividly. Uwap had a game.
Uwap,
the rapper Uwap, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he had a game. He was going through some things. I want to say at the time he was at Josh Lofton.
What position he played?
He was guard.
Played a guard position? Okay.
Yeah, Uwap, I want to say Uwap came out either our sophomore or junior year, something like that. But if he would have stuck it out, boom, yeah, Uwap was a beast. A lot of people don't know that, but I definitely give him big ups on that. But because I remember when he was practicing with us, working out, yeah, Uwap was nothing to be messed around with.
Wow, that's crazy. You never think, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to this segment right here where pretty much it's like a Q&A, and I'm asking you basically, what was your thoughts, in this moment what was your thoughts in this picture and whatnot? So when I show you the picture, you could just elaborate and whatnot at this monitor, and we could get a chance to see what's your thoughts. All right. So it's gonna be the first one right here. What's your thoughts when this moment right here?
It's always about to win the stakes. That's when we were in Peekskill. The game before, because we was blowing everybody out, and this is like the end of the third quarter when we came out the game, because we actually, most of the starting five never played in the fourth quarter. That's how we were blowing people out. That's how much we were blowing people out by.
So wait a minute, this is y'all sitting down. Who's right here?
Bench. That's Dave Mobley.
That's Dave Mobley right
here?
Yeah,
that's Dave Mobley, and that's Dad's Robert Martin next on the other side of me.
Okay.
Yeah, and as soon as we came to the sideline, kids started coming from the stands and was asking us for an autograph.
They asked y'all for your autograph in the middle of the game?
Yeah, because we just came out in the third quarter.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, so those kids behind us, passing
And y'all lost this game, you said?
No, we won that game.
Oh, you won this game?
That was the game before the championship game, before we played Peekskill.
Got you.
Yeah. Nah, we ain't signed no autographs. We lost, man. We really got choked.
Y'all was blowing them out and all that?
Yeah, we was blowing them out. Yeah.
Crazy. Got the little fade in the middle, son. Yeah. That's definitely a gratifying feeling, signing autographs. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, we're gonna go to the next one. In this moment right here, it looks like you're in college right here. What's your thoughts on this picture right here?
I remember it was funny because we were playing against Cleveland State, and the point guard, David Stringer, that was at Ohio State, he transferred to Cleveland State. And this one we was playing against him. And I called him, and it was like, because the funny thing, at Ohio State, I don't know what happened, my knees went out on me something, but I couldn't dunk the whole time I was at Ohio State. So we talked before the game, and I told him I'm about to be dunking all over y'all. So that was actually the signature move. I crossed over, the dude went right down the middle. Wow. And that was my first dunk on him.
Got up there right there, boy. You look pretty much confident there. Like, I hope I catch this one. Alright, what comes to mind when you see this one right here? This very next one is something that kind of blew me away, because I sat back and I was doing my little research, and I was like, yo, get out of here. Like, what's your thoughts on this particular? Have you seen this one?
Yeah. I've seen it since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, I love that, because it's just, I'm seeing my dad about to kill Jim Boeheim.
That's exactly.
Actually, they had a relationship. They knew each other real well. So, like my dad said, he was like, I was going to the hole, they couldn't stop me. So it's like, okay, you got a picture of him killing Jim Boeheim, the coach at Syracuse. So, that's just more proof that when he said he killed him,
So that looked like they might have been away. So they probably went up there to play them, because they got the away ones, of course.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I bet you bragged about that all the time, like I was killing Jim.
Yeah. And what people understand, when he played basketball, he played as a lefty. So that he fast as hell going to the strong side on that one. So they couldn't stop him on that.
Played as a lefty, but he was really right-handed. Ambidextrous, as they call it.
It depends on what he was doing.
Right.
And that was the most confusing thing about him. You ain't know if he was about to hit you with the right or left, because he could do them both. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So this next one right here, we're gonna go to the next one. This one blew me away because, I'm online, I'm seeing this surface. I think not only on your page, what have you, on a couple of people's pages, what have you, that was affiliated with Franklin, of course, and who definitely, loved it and adored your father. In this moment, what was on your mind? What was your thoughts on this moment? What was on you? What was he telling you?
I don't remember, I don't remember exactly what he said.
I know exactly.
But I knew what exactly was on my mind. Don't say a damn thing. Because anytime you said something, he got more that he go, when he cussing you out or yelling at you, you don't. But I believe one of those moments was most likely a teaching moment. Because that's me and Carl Jefferson.
On the side of you, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Carl Jefferson right next to me. So when it was like that, it's a teaching moment where he sees something and he's telling you. Well, what's going on, something that he see. But one thing about him, he always allowed us to be coaches on the court. And people don't know how important that is to allow your players to be coaches on the court. Because as a coach, you don't see what's going on the court.
Right.
You don't know every aspect.
Yeah, and he was a coach's coach.
Exactly.
I mean, coaches play because he played the game. Of course, you know what I'm saying?
So we laugh at that picture a lot because I tell Carl, I'll be like, yo, Carl, he telling you you could moonwalk your ass back to Arcadia if you want to keep traveling. Well, actually, my dad used to always say Athena. He was like, Carl, you can moonwalk your ass back to Athena if you want to travel. And then Carl, stupid ass, be like, Coach, I went to Arcadia. Stuff like that. And
instead of missing the point, right?
Yeah, like, Coach, I went to Arcadia. And then Carl be like, he be telling me that he should have sent my ass to McQuaid because he told me that a couple times. You know, if I did something, I should have sent your ass to McQuaid. And so, you know,
he was just no nonsense.
Oh yeah, when it came to sports, I mean, it was no nonsense. If it wasn't at you, most likely it was funny. So everybody else laughing because he always said something that was hysterical. It was, you know, he just cuts you out sometimes, just got straight to the point, but he always said something crazy with it.
Carl was running the one for y'all this year as well?
Well, I got a lot of my coaching style from this year, from our senior year, because our senior year we were 5 guards. So we really didn't have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, got you.
So it was like whoever got the rebound. If you got the rebound, we going. If I
all knew the plays.
Yeah, and we saw somebody in front of us,
they getting it.
They getting it.
So, if you want to get on the show, Gems and the Rock, just hit me up. Check the email. It's right below. I'll be glad to hit you back. Chop it up. If you want to forward somebody to me, please hit me up. I'll do some research and do the best that I can. And we're going to get the stories going. So, holla at your boy. Peace.
Let's go with you.
Alright, man, why you don't never answer my messenger calls, man? You be looking at them shits.
Man, you be calling me when I be at RTS, nigga. And why you keep hitting me on Messenger? You got my number?
I lost that shit.
Man, this nigga forever losing. I get this nigga a number every. What, you keep changing number, man?
Nah, I got the same number 2 years now. I'm doing good.
Yo, yeah, he proud of that shit. He proud of that shit.
Yeah. Y'all just starting?
Nah, we just
finished. We just finished, man. You supposed to been up here. You supposed to been Big Jones, man.
I thought that nigga said Wednesday. I was